Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Chris Stollings. You know me here on YouTube as MarauderEX, and as always I'm your host for Operation Recap, where I take some of the stories from Rainfall.com and I show them off here on YouTube because that's what I do. That's what I enjoy doing with my life. So this week we have, as my usual, about 3 stories that I want to talk about. The first one is a press release that we got, and I've been following this one fairly closely. Class of Heroes 2G is going to be a limited edition boxed game for the PS3. And for those of you who don't know, Class of Heroes 2 was a game that was actually picked up on Kickstarter by Gaijin Works. And Gaijin Works is the spiritual successor to Working Designs. It's actually helmed by Victor Ireland, the former president of Working Designs. And if you were a child of the late 90s, early 2000s gaming, you know Working Designs, that they made some incredible standard edition box sets for the PS1, the Saturn, the Sega CD. They just put out amazing content. The Lunar 1 and 2 box sets, which were basically their standard editions, and they made that a thing. I really credit them wholeheartedly with the special edition front. The Lunar 1 and 2 were just mind-blowing. They picked this game up. It was originally for the PSP. They wanted to do a physical release of it in their traditional style of, we want to add all these extras. Kickstarter didn't happen, unfortunately. It did not quite meet its funding goal. It was a very high funding goal and kind of an obscure game. Class of Heroes 2, not the most well-known game, and it's not even the newest in the series. They have, I think, up to Class of Heroes 4 at least out that have made significant improvements on the game, but they wanted to be as thorough about it as possible. Class of Heroes 1 did get a US release. They wanted 2, and then hopefully to move on to 3 and 4 as well, and not just skip 2 and 3 and go straight to 4. And I kind of credit them for that, but it didn't work out. They have, however, stated they are going to release this as a PS3 title. You can pre-order it through their site, pay for the game, and the second they are done with it, they will ship them out. It is a little bit pricey for some, so much so that it has kind of turned me off on a PS3 title for $49.99 plus $4 shipping. Just a little high. The digital version will be for $34.99, also a little high, just a little too rich for my blood. That's just me. But if you are a fan of dungeon crawler RPGs, check it out. It looks like it could be a really good game. I just don't feel that spending $50 for a kind of dated PSP game to play on my PS3, I can't get behind that, and that pains me to say that because I love Working Designs with a passion, and I really want to support Gaijin Works, but it's just a bit much for me. Sorry, that's just a bit pricey. The second story for this week is actually 2 stories. Hyrule Warriors has been getting a lot of new updates. We've been seeing a lot more information on this game just kind of trickle in. We've been getting a couple more trailers, we're getting more information. 2 of the things that I wanted to talk about is we've got Twilight Princess costume DLC. So the game's not even out yet and they're talking about DLC. I hate that. Hate it with passion. Just don't nickel and dime me to death before the game even comes out. Make all this just part of the game and then do DLC later. Don't do this. This aggravates me. I do like the Twilight Princess art style. I love that kind of dark, gritty aesthetic they had to it, so I'm really excited to see that as part of the game. So I will probably shell out the whatever couple of bucks that they are going to charge to get that, if it's, you know, paid DLC. If it's free DLC, that's fine. It still makes me wonder why it's just not a part of the game. So it's probably going to be paid. The second bit of Hyrule Warriors information that I saw is we got the Lana gameplay trailer. They've been just throwing out trailers left and right for this game, showing off a lot of stuff, showing just how big they are trying to make this game. And they are taking the Legend of Zelda universe, and they are giving it just as much, you know, depth and just vastness as they have done the Dynasty Warriors franchise, which the first time I played a Dynasty Warriors game, I was blown away by the number of playable characters. Like, they're just going to keep throwing playable characters on top of playable characters. It was mind-boggling, and they are doing that just the same with Legend of Zelda, so I'm really excited about that. I wanted this game, from the start, as a novelty, but the more they show of it, the more I'm thinking this is kind of a, actual contender to be a really good game. And the last story for this week, going back to last week's recap where I talked about Mistwalker trademarking name Terra Battle, yes, it is in fact a mobile game. The concept art for it looks amazing. It's very little actual information out on it at the moment, but we knew they were going to do something about it. We were hoping it was going to be a real game, not a mobile game. Mobile games just really don't carry the same weight as console, PC games because there's just not much to them. So it's a little disappointing that this is going to be a mobile title instead of, a full-fledged release on a handheld, a console, on Steam, what have you. But I'm glad Mistwalker's still doing stuff. I want to see them do more great work. So that is what Terra Battle is. So yeah, like I said last week, you can always update stories, and sadly they're not always the great update you want. Sometimes they're a little disappointing. So who knows, maybe the game will, blow our minds and just usher in a new era for mobile gaming. Because, if anyone could do it, it would be someone with this pedigree in gaming. So, you never know. But I don't hold my breath on that one, because I'm a cynic. So, yeah, that has been this week's recap. Let me know what you think about the stories in the comment section below. Stay tuned to Rainfall for more news, reviews, previews, what have you. Lots of new stuff hitting the site. Lots of new opinion pieces. A lot of new reviews. All fantastic. So, go check that out. And I will see you guys next week. Till then, later, everyone.